14 sunrise at 5 starts right now.
Good morning, Rusty. Shoot, hold on, I gotta go turn the TV down. I forgot. Thanks, Nate. Yeah, gonna be short show today, guys. I gotta take. I had 5 appraisals come in yesterday, and income appraisals, which means the rentals, which I don't know, they pay like $550 each. So, can you hear me now, Fat Boy? Yay, nay, yes, no. Yeah, exactly, Nate. Money I can definitely use now that everything's changed. But somehow I missed a day. I thought today was the 10th, and that appraisal I seen the other day is due tomorrow. Then I'm like, shit, I got to take mom to the doctor today, which fucks everything up. But we do what we can do. Every time I've started to go back to work and try and do some appraisals, something like that happened. Someone, mom or dad, had to go to the doctor or something like that. Says, morning, dog. So I don't know. What do you do? I'm going to ask the one lender if I can have what's today. What is today? Wednesday. I'm going to tell him I need till Friday to get that one done because it's in a town. No, it's not a town. It's a small community, 200 and some people. There's no sales in that town. Plus, the house is kind of trashed with 3 outbuildings or 2 outbuildings and a shed, a cinder block shed. You know what I mean? So it's going to take a while just to do the market stuff on it and pull the comparables. And then I got to go see the comparables, and they could be spread out between 3 different communities. You know what I mean? Within the county. Yeah, no, Nate, it's 11th. I looked at my clock. So I'm getting ready to email the lender and tell them, hey, I'm going to have till Friday. Which, it's a foreclosure. It's going to a sheriff's sale. It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it is what it is. And regardless of what the appraisal comes in at, if I understand it right, on a sheriff's sale, it sells for whatever it sells for. So the value of the house doesn't really matter anyway. I know that's probably not the right way to look at it, but someone could get a good buy on this house. Depending on how much the sheriff's sale is, I don't know if there's like a minimum you got to put down or whatever, but someone could buy this thing for $20,000, and it's got a new roof and windows on it, but other than that, it needs a lot of work. And then could turn around, location, like they say. It's not in the best location. Morning, Rustic.
Or Buggy.
Kind of, located in a small community between nothing. It's not between any 2 big towns or nothing that make it a nice commute, little town to live in with an easy commute to Indy or whatever. which are all factors you have to take into consideration when appraising a property like that.
Yeah. Morning, everyone. Morning, Tim.
So we'll send the lender an email
Earl Nate. Good morning.
and see what they say. And if they're not nice about it, I'll tell them, well, you can just take that and send it to somebody else. And I got shit I got to do. You know, I'm at the age now, I don't give a fuck. Wrong thing. I was getting ready to throw some Christmas jams out, some chicken red sweatshirt and some really short red shorts. I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, probably send an email or update them people on that appraisal now and say, hey, I'm going to have till Friday to get this to you. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
It's what it is. You know what? You ought to have a show one morning where everybody wears their Christmas sweaters.
Yep. I don't even own one.
I don't either.
Yeah, I would, but I don't own one. And I definitely ain't got the money to go out and buy one. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, these people kept sending me this request for these 5 appraisals. They're all around Muncie in the area here, and they're rental properties. And at first they wanted to know if I could do them. So I went and looked each of them up before I said yes, and they won't be bad to do. A couple of them are in some not nice places, but then they wanted to know if I could give the owner a break on the price. And I'm thinking, you own 5 fucking rentals, dude. No, you don't get a break. This is how much. Well, I knocked 100 off each of them actually, so I gave them a $500 break, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But $550 for each one, and like 3 of them I looked at. You know, you got to pull 3 sales and 3 rental properties to do. You got to do what's called the income approach with the rental properties. You know, based on the gross income generated divided by some other thing or whatever is a mathematical equation. And
As
on
long as
3
you
of
give
them,
me, do what I can.
well, on 3 of those, I can use the same 3 rentals because they're kind of in the same area and they're about
Yeah.
the same size houses. So, I mean, on those 3, as far as the rental page goes, it's called a 1007. As far as it goes, I can just copy and paste those in, the same ones for all 3 of those reports. Then the only thing I got to do is worry about comps. So I sent it back, and it was like 5 days ago, they sent me the request about it, and they wanted, to know if I could do it. And at first I looked at them, and 2 of them are pretty easy. And I said, yeah, I can do these 2. And they sent it back and said, is there any way you can do all of them? So I looked at them again, and I thought, man, you might as well. Hell, it's wintertime. Just do them all, The worst part's going to see 5 houses. I know my knee, I got out of bed this morning, about fell down. And I might find a knee brace or a sleeve or something to put on until my surgery, I guess. But yeah, so it's going to get real busy here in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, heard about Hogleg yesterday. He's on Troy's and said him and Melissa was on there, and he said they had a procedure done. He said he's doing better. He said he's a little pain from the procedure, but he's doing better.
I didn't even hear nothing about that. He was on what? Troy's Live?
Yeah, he was on Troy's hunting. He was pheasant hunting yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his live video game thing. All right. Yeah, cool. I never heard anything about it. I wish he would come in and, maybe say something and tell us about it. There's usually 20-some people in here, by about 8 o'clock, and just pop in and tell us about it. And then those 20 people can spread it around and everybody get to hear about it, because I didn't hear about it.
Morning, Lynn. Yeah, he come to Troy yesterday. Said he was just feeling a little better.
He still have the blood clot in his heart. Isn't that what it was?
I think so. He didn't say. He just said he had a procedure done. Said he doing better. Said the anesthesia wore off and the pain meds wore off. He said a little pain, but he said he's all right. He had a defibrillator put in.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, that's what Tim said.
A
Well,
defibrillator.
they didn't go into detail about it, but
What's a defibrillator do, I wonder?
keeps your heart in
Regulate your
rhythm.
heartbeat?
Yeah, keeps your heart in rhythm.
Okay, that's cool. Man, I could imagine that poor guy. First, he almost cuts his foot off, heals up from that, and then has this happen. Sometimes you got to wonder about life and why it's not fair. Where is it at? I just seen it. There it is. Nope, that's not the one. My brain is so messed up, man. I'm telling you.
Melissa was on Mark's live earlier. I didn't know Mark went live. I never got a notification.
Who's that?
Mark.
Mark who?
Tim said Melissa was on Mark's live earlier. Probably Captain Crump.
Oh. He went live from the ship already this morning? Ah, bummer.
I didn't get no notification on it. So I don't know.
I don't know if I did or not. I have to look real quick. It should be on my phone if I did.
Oh, he went live in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he got 2 channels. I only know one.
Yeah, I don't have it on mine. I know he said he was going to make a channel or something just for the thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it is either. So, okay, let's see.
Live for me. Okay. Well, I wonder he went. It's the middle of the night. I didn't get a notification on it. I was a bit asleep.
Let's add a message here.
Catfish and Crappie Live. I didn't check that one out. Get subscribed to it, I guess. Catching one goes live. Eric, good morning, Eric. It's a disclaimer. If you have children, you should not let them watch this show. There will be adult conversations. Ha ha.
Too early for it's too early for that. There ain't nobody up that has kids right now. And if they got their kids up
Eric's up early, so he must be going to go drive truck today.
if they got their kids up at 5 a.m., they're wrong anyway. So I shouldn't even have to say it.
Hey, morning, Gator. Get up here, Eric. Put your big boy underoos on. Get up here. They said I was watching the replay before here. Well, hope Mark. We probably is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is enjoying his vacation. Gator said 4 a.m. every day. At my age, I can't sleep past 5 anymore. Man, for so many years, I've used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get ready to go to work, start at 6. That I don't even need a clock anymore. I just wake up. It's like boom, I'm awake. Very rarely I get to sleep in. I got insomnia, and when I sleep in, I sleep in. I guess my body's just so tired that it just ain't that.
I'm sending an email real quick. Hold on, I'll be done.
Oh,
I'm buying myself a little time on this.
yeah, dang, Buggy. 100 words per minute.
Do what?
100
words per minute. Actually, when I was in the Army, I was a radio teletype writer or radio teletype operator, and to pass the class at the school thing, I had to get up to 40 words a minute with, I think, 3 errors or something like that. It took me forever to do it because the thing's set up, and I'm left-handed, and it's kind of weird that it's really not set up for a left-handed person or whatever, in my opinion. It just took me forever to pass the typing class. Everything else was already passed and done with.
Yeah, in school we took typing class, and I was getting pretty good. I got up almost 80 words per minute.
No kidding.
And then she decided to go on vacation. They brought a sub in, and the sub didn't really do her job. And by the time the teacher originally get to come back from her vacation, everybody was doing this. This. Eric said, pretty good for a man with 9.5 fingers. 9 3/4. How does it say? 9 3/4. Eric, get up here. Quit talking. Chat. Get up here, Eric.
It's not like they have a choice anyway of whether they accept what I'm asking them or not. So I've never heard of the company before anyway.
Remember, he only got that much of it.
I just deleted what I typed. Can you believe that shit? Fuck me.
Well,
I hit paste instead of copy, and I pasted the link from the invite. Are you kidding me? Some days it don't pay to be alive. You can't do nothing but laugh about it. See, I forgot to pin the thing, didn't I?
It's weird. I can take that on my phone, on the keypad on my phone, and I can take that little pin thing right there, and I can just dab all over real fast. But you put a keyboard for it in front of me, and I'm like, yeah.
There it is. There. Weird. Okay, I gotta type all that over again. Are you fucking kidding me? And it sounded so good. Now the second time around, I won't be able to.
You should try it. Hey, Billy. Good morning, Billy. You should try a pyramid keyboard. It's real strange to type with. I imagine.
Yeah, I don't need no change. I'm old. You kidding me?
Eric wants to know if it's snowing there yet, Buggy.
No, they talked about sometime this afternoon having snow squalls or something. But
really,
on the news I looked this morning, looked like it might be snowing down by J Dog's house.
I know we got some rain here last night. Go bring Billy. According to Ryan Hall, about 3 p.m. in this area, snow. Man, I guess I need to check the weather because I don't think we're supposed to get any. I know we're supposed to get rain next few days, but I don't know anything about the snow.
Really? Now, see, the people on the news said something about possible snow squalls. And what did they say? Possible snow squalls with whiteouts, but it's only going to be in spotty areas. It's like it's a weird weather thing that it doesn't happen very often, but all of a sudden it can just start snowing real quick and then stop. So I don't know.
Huh. I remember one time it started snowing. It lasted about 30 minutes, but we had like 9 inches on the ground in 30 minutes.
Damn.
It was coming down, big giant flakes, man. It was coming down. You couldn't even see 6 foot out. It was like a blizzard popped up out of nowhere. Okay, we're too warm then, Tim. Yeah, you ain't getting any rusty. Awesome. Keep all that snow up there for right now. We really don't get ours until February anyway. Mostly sometime during January, mainly February is where we expect most of our snow. Used to get it before Christmas, November, December. But with all the tree cuttings down there for these farmers, ditch drainage deal, cut all these windbreaks out. It just blows through here and hits you guys full force. Morning, Seymour. Buggy be with you here in just a minute he
Hey, what's up,
actually
more my
his
cannabis buddy? I'm sending an important email real quick.
coffee splashed up on my face. Oh, so that's not, you know, it's going to rain in the morning. Hate
Oh
that shit.
man, that sucks. You don't have anywhere indoors to do it. Man, that sucks. Maybe an easy up with it pulled under it and strap the easy up down to the trailer so it don't blow away. That's what I used to do when I had to work on something that was going to rain. I got a really nice easy up in my storage if I haven't lost everything there yet.
Yeah.
It's really going to suck if I did. I assume they would let me know before they decide to have a sale or whatever. I don't know how that works. I've had that shit there for 6 years and just got behind this time, you know what I mean? So what do you do? What the fuck do you do? But my buddy's got his thing in the same place, so I can use his code to get in. And I need to slide over there and see if they haven't put a second padlock on it, I can still get in them. And I need to get my buddy to bring his trailer over and load some shit up that I don't want them to get.
Did you see what Eric put in there?
Uh-uh.
Uncle Lou should move to South Buffalo since he loves snow so much.
Ah. Now let's see if we can do this without deleting it again, because all I want to do is spell check it.
Gator said his range supposed to hit about 10. Yeah, but one thing about Florida though, when it rains, it don't last long. It just comes in, rains, leaves.
Yeah, and an hour later you can't even tell it rained hardly.
Yeah. Like I said, I live down there. I planted orange trees and down there, and man, every day at the same time, here it comes, boom, and 30 minutes later, it's a bone dry.
That looks good.
Oh, the lake effect snow is always going to be bad, but people still live there.
Yep.
Humidity sucks in Florida.
Yeah, it does. I couldn't live there. There ain't no way. I couldn't live there in the summertime. There's something happened in the last 10 years or so. I just can't take heat. Me and Dad would go fishing, and we'd usually go in the spring and then late summer, depending on when we could get the cabin. And if it was hot, I couldn't fish during the daytime hardly. I mean, we would have to find some shade to get under. I don't know. So there's something went on that the heat, I mean, and I don't mean it just bothers me a little bit and I sweat and stuff. I mean, it's like I almost feel sick or something. I don't know. So it kind of sucks. I got to be in the shade if it's hot out in the summertime. And I usually have my O2 cool fan with me, which helps a lot.
Morning, Jeff Bill.
You know what? I just thought it might be one of them medicines I take or something. Now that I think about it, I should research the side effects on all them.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I just thought of that in all these years. I just now thought, maybe it's one of the medicines you take that make you, makes the heat bother me so bad, or the sun. It's interesting. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, Lynn said, too many, what, Eric? Too many old, weird people for like that John fella.
Yep. This is a fact.
Like Lynn said, humidity sucks in Florida. Yeah. Come down through here to Mississippi Valley. They can get you some humidity.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's worse there than it is in other places.
Uncle Lou says it's hotter than hell.
Where?
here.
Yeah, I wish.
It ain't the heat that gets you, it's the humidity.
Yeah, that's what they say. I think it's both.
I can be out there when it's 105 degrees, no humidity, and be fine. I can go out there when it's 75 degrees, 100% humidity, and it's like you're gonna die.
Well, isn't that nice? Okay, we're done with that. Go back to maybe they'll send me a message later.
I'm showing 35 degrees this morning. I wonder if it's cold when I let the dog out.
It's cold. You thought it got cold overnight here. They were talking about that on the news. Well, it's not bad. It's 29, but compared to I was wearing shorts yesterday and a t-shirt late in the afternoon. I'm about there, but we'll sell and get a pontoon. I just look at her. Yeah, it's not. It's definitely. It's not the same. If you get that rush out of that speed, then yeah, I understand it because I raced dirt bikes and all of my life, and I understand that adrenaline rush you got to have in life sometimes. Eventually, you'll get old like me, and you'll be able to say, "Okay, I guess it's time to get a pontoon now." But fight it as long as humanly possible. I would. I need a Red Bull. Oh shit.
Red Bull
Man.
gives Buggy puppy power. Not so much speed that I don't get it going at this, but the riding on the lane to get the spots on that. That's one thing. Yeah.
Now, I should have known it got cold last night when I got up and couldn't hardly walk. My
Do
knee.
all the airboats Gator have that soaping thing on the front you spray to keep it wet to go over? I seen a guy driving one down the interstate one day. He was throwing spark. He eat the bottom of that boat up.
Oh, that's cool. I never thought about that. Yeah, very cool. You say Uncle Lou was in here?
No, it's just Eric was making a comment.
Eric talking about Uncle Lou. Oh, okay. Someone copy and paste that.
Kind of moved to South Buffalo. He get all snow. He loves it.
Was South Buffalo, are they affected by lake effect snow or something? I would think. I don't know. I had to look at the map. They probably get affected by the lake coming across there.
Yeah, he's lurking probably.
Lurking. Yep. Creeping's what I call it. Creeping around in the background watching.
Oh, if he was lurking already, he does say something to you, Eric.
I can't believe that I said that I put 5 a.m. when I set this up last night. I don't know what I was thinking. Because I just happened to get up and I turned it on to get everything ready. Because the little guy woke me up at 4, I think. And so I went ahead and launched it, everything went in. And then I looked and it said I had like 14 minutes left. I was like, oh crap, did I say 5 a.m.? So I had to change everything.
Oh, there's Uncle Lou. So good morning. He said, I've been sitting here watching Eric flap his gums and the chocolate 9 inches in half an hour.
I knew it. I knew it. There was no doubt.
Yep. He was lurking.
Yep, there was no doubt in my mind. I knew you was awake. And something about getting old and waking up. Y'all was talking about that a minute ago, but it's just like, I don't know what it is. Morning, Lou. Hey, good morning, Billy. I missed you coming in there, I think.
Oh, had a lot of bolts.
Well, I sent the email, so they'll not be happy, but I don't care. These are somebody that just came around a few months ago. I never heard of them before, so. And they always try to Jew me down on the price, so I don't really care if they get mad and don't send me nothing anyway.
Morning, Rowdy.
Hey, Rowdy, morning, buddy. So now I can do the show till about 8 or so, and then I have to call it a day. Get busy.
Eric's not usually driving by now. He usually don't leave the house till about. If he goes out to the truck, he leaves about 5:30, so to get there. But
That'd be 6:30 our time.
yeah, and so if he's working a warehouse, he don't have to leave till later.
Okay, Billy. All right, thank you. I didn't know. My brain is not in the game this morning. I still haven't got a chance to look up that B&M fishing rods, but I did hear. Did you hear that last night, Uncle Lou? You probably didn't watch it. The thing Jody did, and the guy that does the CatCon thing, he said that B&M rods are going to be there this year and set up a booth.
You'll go check it. If you go, Buggy, check them out.
Yeah, I will. I was going to maybe order one for Christmas for myself, but now I'll just wait until CatCon.
Well, yeah, I said hello, good morning to you, Billy. I like you, buddy.
Hey, Eric. So are you permanent in the warehouse now, bud? Hey, morning, John. I didn't see you come through there, buddy. Just a note, dude. I got to shut down about 8 o'clock today because I had 5 appraisals come in last night, and I got to get this one I'm working on done and out the door so I can get them set and ready to go see them. Which I don't suppose I'm going to start seeing them till Monday, because with rental properties, the owner, you already know this, John, has to give them like 48 hours notice or something like that. So I'll have to call him and talk to him and see what, our schedules look like and that kind of thing.
I agree with you, Uncle Lou. That's what I give that young guy down the road down here when he caught that flathead. He didn't have a good rod. That's what I gave him. I told him, I said, I've used it. I said, but it still looks new. You can have it. He used it.
Well, heck yeah, he did. I got to look him up anyway.
Yeah. I'm like that, though. I mean, if I see somebody down there and they're fishing with some broken rods or something like that there, I'll give them a rod.
Yep, I do too, man. And they got the cork handles. That's what we're talking about, baby. Silver Cap Magnum 75 CN. Is that the one? Oh, they got all kinds of nice catfish rods. There's 3 of them with cork handles. And they got one for Eric, the Lady Elite Catfish Rod. Heck yeah, Eric, you're in, buddy.
That's funny.
Silver Cap Magnum 10-foot old saw. Oh, I'm all about that. If it's 2 pieces anyway, it has to be if it's 10 foot, doesn't it? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
They're only
4 property poles over there.
That rod's only $50. You kidding me?
Which one?
Oh, it ain't got a cork handle. Never mind. Sorry, not interested.
No, you can pay a little more for the cork.
Yeah, not interested. If my eyes were better, I'd be able to. So I guess the Silver Cat, they got a Pro Staff bumping rod.
I had that bumping rod. I put a spin cast reel on it. It took a bait caster, but I put a spin cast on there, and it done real good. Caught a lot of fish with it. Stout rod, pretty rod too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, Uncle Lou. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Oh, there's only one picture of it. You're killing me, Smalls. That's a
I don't know
7.5
what
foot.
Rod Screenwell uses.
Carbon fiber rod. No inserts popping out. Anchoring rod for pro staffing. It'll be yours as well. Interesting. Wish they'd let me see more of it. Can hardly see but a little bit of it.
You can't blow it up.
Boy, it only shows the handle and the first two eyes. What we got here is Silver Cap Magnum redesign. Oh, it goes up to a 10-foot casting. 10-foot casting heavy action though. Let's see. I guess you'd want heavy action with a 10-foot rod and make it cast better, wouldn't it? No cork handle though, but still, that's not bad. $79. Yeah, we'll come back here and visit that page later today.
I got mine. I married a boy. He runs a tournament over in Tennessee on the Mississippi River over there, and they run around catfishing, runs a tournament. And he's sponsored by B&M. And I took him a bunch of skipjack, sold it to him. He pulled out these B&M rods and gave them to me. And so, over time, I've gave them away to people that, that needs them. And they're good people that love to fish. So
they got all kinds of nice crappie and bluegill rods, don't they? So many to choose from. I wouldn't know which way to go with those. They do have one. It looks like, where's it at here? It's like a little reel thing built into the handle or something. Do you use those, John? How long? That 10, 12, and 14 footers. And there's like a reel built into the very end of the handle. So I imagine they're set up for what you do.
see the B&M rods I got, they're silver black, got the red towards the handle, and the handle's about that long, and then the handle's that long, and the reel sits in front of that handle.
This one here, the reel's on the very end of the rod, and you can get 10, 12, and 14 foot. I'm supposing those are for how John and them fish when they have all them poles sitting out there like cane poles. Good morning, Jody.
Good morning.
Morning, Jody. Yeah, I don't like those because they're called fly rods. You can't hardly get them in the holder just right.
Yeah, I can see that too. Come think of it, but yeah, I just wondered if that was the kind John and them used on the.
Well, it's raining where Jody's at.
Yep.
They don't have reels, so how do you put the next time you do a live crappie fishing? Show me how those work as far as how the line is hooked onto them and stuff.
I got bait caster reels on all mine.
Well, where he fishes with the crappie fishing, he does the poles just sit in the holder and they're just like cane poles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eric said, "Good morning, old gray hair, Jody."
Good morning.
Oh man, he had to go there with the gray hair.
I don't care.
They got the new Russ Bailey signature series, whoever that is. They got the brim buster telescopic pole. That must be for stealing them off the nest.
That's like a big cane pole, that ain't it?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't good to just tie that line to the eye tip and break that tip on crappie down here. These crappie get big.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it works on her.
You got to have that line going up that rod from that backbone strength.
Here now you're getting in. You can get the black diamond jig pole. It's $169. Now you're getting in there. You can get the stick. It's $119. Now you're getting into the range of the good poles down here.
Yeah, John said they use them brim busters. They're pretty stout rods.
Brim buster, the fur cane pole type thing. I thought that said bark buster. I was gonna say that's what we put on in our handlebars for racing in the woods. Bark busters. That way when you hit
That tree.
that way you hit the tree, it doesn't smash your fingers. Yeah,
Oh,
so
them little things that go over your hands.
it's actually an aluminum bar. It goes around the end of the bar and comes in and clamps in the middle of the bar. And you put got a plastic shield on it for the brush, and then the aluminum part, when you hit the tree, it takes the abuse and not your hands.
Hey, them being in Black Widow rods, they're good rods.
Black Widow, you say?
Copper rod, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
But
yeah, it's running pretty good where Jody's at.
yep, looks like
Yeah.
it. I gotta have a spinning rod.
There's supposed to be a CatCon this year, BMN rods.
Yeah, I was just telling them that I
Yeah.
seen it on that show last night.
Yep.
I didn't say anything. I was lurking. I was watching.
I ain't never had a BMN rod.
They're good rods. They got good backbone on them.
Yeah.
They're not as high as the backhead. Man, that's a good rod.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that one, the Duck Commander
Okay.
double touch crappie rod comes in 10, 11, 12, and 8-foot section, 2 sections each.
I got
8 foot.
I think I got a 12, 2 12s, and 2 10s over here on the B&M.
Hey, Uncle Lou, I don't get this on the cork handle on this one here. It's got 2 places. You got the real seat, and then it's got 2 places that are actually cut out in the cork. You can see the rod. What is that for, I wonder?
Say that again, buddy.
The cork handle, okay, it's got the real seat. Okay, and then above it, on the cork handle's about that long above it, and there's 2 cutouts in the cork where you can actually see the rod coming through. I just wondered what that's for.
Just a design.
That must be what the double touch system is, I guess. That's a
Yeah, I can't beat Uncle Lou rod, Eric says. Yeah, that's just eye
but
candy.
Uncle Lou don't make the bluegill rod. That's what we're looking at. And it's kind of hard when you're looking for like a bluegill rod or something. It's kind of an ultralight, but I don't like mine super flexible. It's called a double touch rod, Uncle Lou, and you got the real seat down here, and then the handle above it, there's like 2 cutouts on them, about 4 inches apart. You know, it almost looked like a place you could put your thumb at, but you can actually see the rod coming through there. I have no idea. It might be. That's what I was wondering, if it was for your hand or whatever. I have to see if I can.
Yeah, Lou says probably where your finger rests, maybe.
But it's way up in front of the real seat. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Duck Commander double touch crappie rods, what it says. 2 reviews. Couple of truths. I have 2 of your 8-foot spinning rods, which I love. I do have 4 ACC sticks, one of which is a 12-footer, so I'm going to match it up with it. Okay, whatever. Love the cutouts in the handles so I can put a finger right on the blank.
Morning, Chris. Hooks and Hammocks. He said he's driving to work.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question, Rustic.
Yeah, I may or may not have the answer.
Don't be salty.
That cutout in the handle right there.
When you put your skipjack up, do you ever put them in them 2-gallon freezer bags in Walmart?
No. Where is it?
No,
I think that's
no.
it.
I take it back and seal
Yeah.
all mine.
Let's
Do
see.
you?
I don't know if you can see it, but see those 2 cutouts in front of the rod right there? I know it's not there. Let's see if I go solo and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. see right in front of the rod right here. In front of the reel, see there's two spots right there. You can't see them very well on this, unfortunately. It's not very clear, and I'm not real good with the camera thing. But there's two cutouts in the thing, and the guy just said something about where he can put his fingers at. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It said the bug man. I'll never get that camera back where it was, will it? There we go. That's how it was. Just something interesting. But yeah, I am definitely going to look into the polls.
I just think it's just a design.
Yeah, it's something.
In my opinion, that's it's just for design.
The one guy in the review said it was something about awesome rod, love the cutouts in the handle so I can put a finger right on the blank. The chartreuse death marks are helpful too, whatever that is.
Yeah, Jody, I vacuum seal all mine. I don't put them in a 2-gallon or 1-gallon Ziploc bags from Walmart. I mean, you can if you're going to take them out and go fishing with them.
Yeah, I can't get mine in the 1 gallon, but the 2 gallon, I can put a few in there and freeze for a trip and just take one of those. But
yeah,
sounds like a gimmick to me.
Just make sure you zip it down where you leave about a couple inches at the end and roll and get all the air out and zip it right quick.
Yeah, Uncle Lou, on the guide side, which the top of, well, it's a casting rod. No, it's a spinning rod, isn't it? So it would be underneath. Okay, that makes sense now. You put, okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense to me now that I think about it, because it's a spinning rod. So it would be on the bottom of the rod. And yeah, maybe it's something like that. I don't know. And like Russick said, could be a gimmick too.
Jody, I have used that freezer cleaning seal.
yeah,
Just string it out there, just put the fish in it, roll it up, tie it around it, and cut it, and put them in there individually like that. And when you take and go fishing with them, unroll that stuff off there, and it's fresh.
I do that a lot too.
Coach and Hammocks, good morning. I didn't see you there. Yeah, that's what it is. It says with a bottom seat and touch system. I guess maybe it's for the rod or real sensitive, and you can feel there you go. Sensitivity feel is cork and EVA absorb that a lot. Okay, so you can actually help you feel the hit. I get it. They got the Sam Heaton super sensitive with a bottom seat and touch system. I wouldn't like the bottom seat, I don't think. Yeah, definitely wouldn't like the bottom seat. But I see what it is now. It makes sense. Man, some of them are real long. Don't need nothing that long. See what the rod and reel combos look like. What kind of reels do they have in their combos? Here's one for Eric, the Little Lucy combo. $34, Eric. I'll send you one of them for Christmas, buddy. It's made just for you.
Hey, it's got to be pink though.
Oh yeah. Let's see if they got them in pink. I wonder what kind of reel they.
I find that on them rods, the cork versus the rubber handles on them, that you can actually feel a lot better through that cork. If something's tapping on it.
There's a 5.5 foot 2-piece fiberglass rod with unmatched durability, genuine Portuguese cork handle, the stainless steel.
Jody's almost at work.
That looks almost like snow.
This combo
provides. Oh yeah. I just seen one of them hit the window. It probably is snowing on you.
It's 34 degrees. I mean, some of that looked very snowish coming down. Flaky like.
It's not raindrop. It looks like sometimes it's hitting a splatter.
Yeah.
Like snow, yeah. Well, maybe by the time you go off work, there'll be a foot of snow out there for you.
Nah, we don't get snow like that.
You can build snowman.
I go make snow jodies in the snow.
They got
there goes my brother.
Is it really?
Yeah. Hockey.
He waved at you a little bit. He just reached in. Too cold to leave my hand out.
So they got this 2-piece crappie trolling rod, it says. and you can order different tips.
Hmm.
That's a pretty cool company. I check them all out. I like it. They got a whole Duck Commander series.
Yeah,
I like
Bean
it a
has got a
lot.
good selection of rods.
Do I?
Bean has got a good selection of rods. Their Silver Series is the best.
That's what I'm seeing now. The Silver Cat Elite 84. It don't have a cork handle though. Y'all killing me without some cork.
God.
I don't like the cork.
I love it. It just reminds me of being a kid. That's the only reason I like it. It brings back memories of when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, and it looks cool, and most people don't like it, so I like it. Maybe
It's a
that's
different way to lose.
odds.
Well, let's go in here and take a nap.
Work as usual, huh?
That's pretty cool. So it's the cutout so you can feel the bite. That's interesting. The different tips are for different ways. Yeah, I think that's what it said, something about that. Stealth Strike is sold out. That's a catfish rod, so it must be a good one.
I don't want to work today.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Take a sick day.
Now, you know, the one thing
I
I
don't get paid.
fishing rods, the end, the bottom where it's got the cutouts in the bottom where when you put it down in the rod holder, they sit down on the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's got like a
One thing,
X in the bottom. I like that.
D said morning Buggy, morning Jody, and chat.
Good morning.
D, how are you today, my favorite person in the world on the catfish community? Stealth Strike. Whatever. Sounds like a gimmick to me.
Man, I cooked some salmon up last night in our new air fryer. Oh man, it was the bomb.
Really?
Ooh, God,
See, I need to get an air fryer. I hear a lot about those, man. That's what I need to do is get an air fryer. Atlas.
Oh, you Gator?
Catfish rod.
Okay, I just got it. I'll look at it here in a minute. I'll sit here wondering, like, who is that? That's Gator.
Huh.
Hmm.
The Atlas XH catfish rod. It's all new rod.
If any of y'all ever got emails saying that
one piece
trying to get you to carry their product, their shirts and stuff like that, and saying that they've been watching your channel, they like what you're doing. You know, we like to do sponsorship with your shirts, but you got to buy the shirts.
That's not a sponsorship.
No.
That's what I send back to them. I'm sorry, but that isn't what a sponsorship is.
That's what I do.
Black diamond jig pole and only a
There goes my cousin.
18 feet.
That's family business right there now.
Yep.
No need for a family reunion. They're all there.
3 more hours, you'll see my mom.
Well, your family all works at the same place, huh?
But there's not too many places to work here.
Yeah, that's probably true. I understand that. Hey, John, B&M's got a visor for you. You can wear a visor. Boy, they got a couple.
That's look snowy.
For Jody.
Yep.
Man, I can't work with my family. That's all there is to it. I tried.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Ressick. I couldn't do it. I'd go nuts. I'd want to kill someone.
I used to go out and help my brother-in-law, sister-in-law up there in their business and help them out when they got behind and stuff. And I had to tell them, I said, man, the way y'all run things, I can't do it. I said, I would rather keep family, and business. Y'all keep the business. I'll stay out of it.
All right, I'm going in. Dang it.
I can feel the enthusiasm.
All right. You just have a good day.
You too, Jody.
They got
I'll
a mini,
try.
uh,
Bye.
Good
mini
show last night.
grill.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they got a little mini bake casting reel. Which I got one and it didn't work very well, so I won't make that mistake again. Doesn't say who the reels are made by, though. They could be some Temu reels that they're reselling, couldn't they? None of them are very expensive, so that might tell you something. No. Man. I went and seen Dad last night. He was a joy to be around. I walked in the door. The first thing he said is, "I'm going home with you today." No, Pop, you know I can't do that. "I'm going home with you today." And he said it about 3 or 4 times. I'm like, "Pop, you know I can't do that right now." And he was in a dementia thing because what I'd done for his birthday, he had some on that little video camera thing. He had a bunch of videos of him and where he used to shoot skeet at. There was a club and they all shot skeet every Sunday through the winter. He had a bunch of video clips of them. So I put them all on my laptop and took it there and played them for him. And he was good for the first 2 or 3. And then he went off in dementia land and started talking about some off the wall stuff. And he don't need to do that. Tell him he doesn't have to do that. I'm like, okay, Pop, I'll tell him.
Some Lactose Peach Fun. Never heard of that one. 400.
What is that? Small rod or small reel for like panfish or something? I will say, man, that PC1 bait caster, those things are smooth as all get out, man. I don't know what they do, and I don't know how durable they are, but as far as the reeling and stuff goes, they're smooth as hell, man. Not real sure, like I said, what how long or good they are durability wise. Pro Series 3-way swivels, I like those. They had all kinds of different 3-ways.
Yeah, they're good. The 50 Chaos, they're good. I mean, you don't want to step on them like I did and break it.
Yeah, probably a bad idea. I got 2 of them. One of them I bought and one of them J-Dog gave me. And the one J-Dog gave me, he went in and didn't take it out, but I turned the brakes all the way off.
Yeah, the Chaos, yeah, I've had to tighten up the side screws on mine. More Bobcat. They seem to be good, heavy as heck, though.
I haven't looked at those. I have to look at those sometime. The ALIJOZ, however you say it.
They said, there's how you spell it.
They got some frog gig spears. I kind of like they got a Pro Series 3-way swivel, and where the third one comes out, it almost looks like a small toilet chain thing, which holds it out away from there. Interesting. I don't know how heavy they are, though.
Is that what you use all the time, Bobcat?
Morning, Bobcat. How are you, buddy? It doesn't say. Oh yeah, they're for catfish. Here, look at this swivels they got.
You sell full screen, buddy.
See them? I don't have to
Oh,
for these. See those?
oh yeah. I see it now.
And
On the
if
big
you get
screen.
close to this one here, you can see they're made of cable and they're crimped. And I like how that chain comes off the end, where because I had trouble with the stuff tangling up one time. Yeah, get on there however you're supposed to do that. There you go. You know what I mean? When I tied a three-way, I had trouble with my bait getting tangled up or whatever. And that might be a good way to remedy that problem. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Jody, you talk about your Chaos 50 or what? I got a box here. I got the parts list.
You probably go to like Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that, where they have, bolts, and take one with you or nuts and bolts and stuff and match it up. I would put some Loctite on it and probably remedy the problem.
I started to say for the piece from Chaos, you can order the screens. I imagine you can order them from.
Okay, Gator Man. That's awful nice of you, buddy. That's very cool. Tell your buddy, hey. Or yeah, you email the real manufacturer.
Well, no,
I
the
think
cruiser business got it in the box.
Can't you go to their site on like Amazon? You can click up and it shows, PC Fun or whatever, and you click on it and it takes you to their store or whatever, for lack of a better word.
Take it easy, guys.
Now that you guys said that, I'm going to take mine and put some Loctite on all of them.
Yeah, I keep a little screwdriver with me in my backpack to fit them in a.
Yeah, I got one in my. The little wrench thing that comes with them for taking the reel handle off, the bottom of it, the one end of it is probably what that's for. It's like a little screwdriver. Yeah, I like their swivel thing. Chain swivels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That would be cool.
It's called inspect your stuff once in a while, Jody.
Yeah, I was going to say, I usually look at my stuff periodically.
Now, I've had the Ancient Mariner reel that I got. I've had to tighten the screws up on that thing several times.
Doesn't really look like a.
Well, you can just get you some three-way bumping swivels.
Let me see. They had them in here too. Let me see if it's what you're talking about.
Huh.
I like their swivels. They're all made with cable and stuff. Look at this, Bobcat. Is this what you're talking about? Three-way bumping swivels. And if you see, they're crimped cable. These are all from their catfishing series of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobcat hooked me up with the link. Oh, I have to get that on my phone. Hold on. Chat.
Link above.
There we go.
Yeah, it looks too complicated for Bobcat. Bobcat says.
Well, yeah, this is basically the same thing there, only these here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, see, I got some three ways like that, and then the one in the middle coming out to the side, that's where you tie a piece of line in your hook, correct?
See, I had a problem with the three-way swivels that the line gets wrapped around the sinker line.
That's what I was talking about. So that's why that one I showed you had the chain that come out about an inch, and it would hold it out away from there. And then I seen someone made one where they put a little like a plastic tube that held it out away from the line.
Yeah, you can use a straw, but I could never get to work on it. I made a deal. I have it here.
Well, they come in a bunch of different sizes. I like the little glow in the dark beads. Okay, see here it shows you how to rig them on a. You know, I wonder. I don't know. That's thinking too much, but quit thinking. Yep, we'll have to. Let's add them to the cart so I can go back and look at them later.
Oh, there's a hook. I made me a deal too. Somewhere.
What size on those do you use, Bobcat? Even though they're probably bigger than what I need, but. Huh.
I don't know where's that.
Order them now. They'll arrive before Christmas, it says. See, well, they got another one here that's kind of like that. It's got the, like I was talking about, the piece of, like it's almost a piece of, this one here's a solid rod, though. And see, it keeps the line away from, see that? And that keeps the line about an inch away from your other line. Because that's where I was having the problem. My coming off the three-way with that line, it would tangle sometimes around the main line running up and down when I cast. Barrel swivel. Oh, stay up there now. I better check Temu and see if I can find some of them, right? I'm kidding, Rusty. I hate this darn camera thing. I'm gonna go back to my laptop, I think.
Use a heavier leader will also help avoid tangles. Yeah, I've got 65-pound leader, I think is what it is.
You got 88 pound, 110 pound, 121 pound, and 132 pound. So I'm guessing the 132 is what you're talking about. You can't go wrong with that, I wouldn't reckon.
100-pound leader. Wow.
Okay.
That's no problem I got with the using three-way swivels. It's no matter how short you make it, your sinker line, your hook line, it always seems to wrap around it.
That's what I was saying, and I'm trying to eliminate that. And I think by having this piece that comes out and holds it out away from the line, I think that will help. Because this holds it out probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch away from the line. You know, that's what I was thinking anyway. That was my idea of, like, you know, how can you keep it from doing that? I was thinking of something I didn't know what I was thinking of till I just seen this, but I was thinking of something to keep it away from the line a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, there's only 11 left in stock. You probably ought to order some if you want them. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. I better get off Amazon. I have to set boundaries for myself. You can't trust yourself, Bugman. Yep, very abrasive. I know they make Eric's thumb bleed and have a boo-boo and you hear about it all day. Just saying. I love you, Eric. I know you love me too. Yeah, they got a whole line of B&M's got a whole line of catfish stuff.
I might do that then. I might bump it up from. I use this. Let's see. This right here, the sticker's gone off of it, but it was 65. I got it at CatCon last year, or this year, earlier this year, and or I think of River Cat Tackle. I think it's where he got it at, but it's 65-pound braid. I mean, mono. Pretty stout stuff, but it just don't. It still wraps.
Well, that don't make sense. So if you use a heavier leader line,
I used to use lighter leaders until I started prepping. The heavy mono.
okay, yeah.
Maybe. I don't have any issues tying heavy mono. I just wrap it around about 5 or 6 times, so I do that.
Yeah, I imagine Bobcat's probably using like 80-pound or so leader line.
He used 100.
Yeah, probably say he's probably using something real big. That crimping thing, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to look into that because sometimes my knots I think are a little sus. I don't think I'm very good at tying them.
See. Man, I need that. Why that's up there?
They actually sell leaders in here, crimped wire leaders. I think it was showed. No.
Center buggy, that's crimped.
Yeah. Well, see,
That comes from oh heck.
We would do a thing like that for
That's
our
my high low rig setup that I got from Down East Tackle. I use this a lot when I go out to Cats.
Our brake lever and shifter lever on our dirt bikes, we would make cables like that run from the tip of the pedal over to the frame to keep brush from getting in between them and the cases. We called them brake snakes, and they were made the same way with cable and crimping, only a real heavy cable. Interesting stuff, that catfishing. These hooks here, they're not really sinker hooks or circle hooks.
150.
Yeah, they call it a circle hook.
I was checked into that Andy Monster line, man. That stuff's expensive. I can't afford that.
The Catfish Fever, the 150, he needs it, believe me. He catches hogs. Join the fishing club.
TWC or Ripping Lips is good rods, bud.
Yeah, I actually had a Tangling with Cats rod that Bobcat turned me onto the company, and I forget who I Russick, you was talking about giving people rods. I gave it to somebody. I can't remember who it was now. I'm not giving you my email. Ooh, it was supple. Supple. That's my favorite color right there, that shade of blue.
Ball Sacks is the parent company and cheaper.
Ooh.
More than anything.
You just want to hear me say ball sacks, don't you?
John's not in here. He would comment on that. Yeah, I was reading that wrong. Yeah, he said it, didn't he?
I thought there was something going on there. Man, these guys sell all kinds of different tips for their crappie rods. And they're not very expensive, actually. Those the good ones are sold out, it looks like, the fluorescent ones. I knew better than to get on this site. I knowed better. Get off that site, bug man. Close that out of there. There we go. At least we're talking about fishing today.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, morning, Finn. How are you, buddy? As opposed to me talking about some goofy crap that doesn't matter, nobody knows about.
Oh, sounds like the missus is up in there. Let me go in there and say good morning to her.
So, Bobcat, with the crimping, are you crimping on your leader? Are you crimping like the mono line, long, heavy mono line? Is that what you're doing? You're not running cable type leader, are you? You're just crimping the real heavy mono stuff. Oh man, all mono crimped. So do you buy a kit with the little pieces and a crimper? Morning, JG Hill. How are you, buddy? You know what I'm talking about, Bobcat? Or do you just use, I can't remember what we used to use on, well, the ones on our dirt bikes, the little sleeve you crimped was like, had a split in it. And when you crimped it, it just closed in on itself. I'm not going to Google ballsack.com. I am not Googling that. It's hard telling where it would take me. All right, I get with you sometime, Bob Captain. You can fill me in on where to get them at. Cause I like that idea. My knots, I'm just suspect with myself. I mean, I tie an old-fashioned knot from the line to the first swivel that I've used forever. It's just the other ones that I'm, suspect on. So on the, if you're making the leader and you're crimping on the end where the hook is, do you put the hook on and make the loop and crimp it? You'd almost have to, and that's probably a stupid question. Well, time flies when you're having fun. Steve from Monster Rod Holders.
Morning, JG.
You know, and I think I know how to do it anyway. Like I said, we used to make brake snakes for our dirt bikes. And it's the same principle that it was a piece of cable and you'd put it through the most brake and clutch levers on the bottom of the bike have a little hole just for that to put the cable through and crimp it.
Morning, dog and I.
Okay. That's what I was wondering when it comes to crimping the hook on. So he's got a video on it. That'll work. I'll just follow his. I'd probably go to his website and get to it from there, I imagine. That'll work. Give me some stuff I'm just getting stuff to have to work on this winter. Give me something to do. Because I hate wintertime. I'm not going to lie to you about that. If it wasn't so hot down south, I'd move down there. But to get away from cold winter, I'd have to put up with that super hot summer crap. There we go. Pro Angler shares knotless catfish rig. There we go. We'll hold that. Okay. Small baits, big fish. Steve Douglas says so. Yeah. Okay, so ever use the guides knot, take your line, run it through whatever you're using, pinch a loop, wrap about 5 times, then run the bitter end back through the loop, pull close, the knot will lock. Great for every use. You can even tie line to line like braid to mono or fluoro. That's cool. Now I'll just see if he's got any links in there on where to buy them. Ball bearing swivels. There we go. Ball bearing swivels, sinker slips, crimp tool, crimp sleeves, 80-pound monolith. He's got links to everything you need on that video right there. Yeah, exactly. Bobcat, that's what I mean. That's, when I first got into this a few years back, that's what I'd done in the wintertime is I would go through different videos. I learned how to tie different knots and everything. Ball bearing swivels, sinker clips, crimping tool. And they're all on Amazon too. Okay, cool. 80-pound mono leader. Yeah, I tried when I first got in here. I bought some 80-pound leader. I don't know why, I'm going to find anything like that around here. But I tried to tie it, and that was a big no-go. Summarize video transcript, how this video was made. Steve Douglas, the catfish dude. There we go. Nope.
Morning, Chadwick.
Go to playlist, crossover fishing, catfish dude shorts, movie trailers, mystery tackle box, catfish edition.
Well, JG, that depends on the boat if you drop it straight down. But if you throw it out, that'd be the same way if you was fishing from the bank.
Making no roll sinkers. Yeah, I'm not allowed to play with molted metal. I got spin drifting. Yeah, he got a lot of nice videos. I'm gonna have to go through and watch some of his videos. Got a lot of tutorial videos. Catfish rigs for current. wintertime catfish and chips, summertime catfish and chips, Eddie Money, Life for the Taking album. Oh crap, what'd you do that for? Trying to figure out how to bookmark this. There's got to be a way to do it.
That's why I went up to 65-pound leader line, because it's got more resistance. Good Lord.
There we go. There's that. I think I'll download that one right there. I got plenty of storage, I think. Morning, Chadwick. It's so good to see you. Oh, okay. That makes sense, man. Yeah, I just seen that, Bobcat. I can see a rabbit hole on that one right there for sure. That'd be a good cold, snowy Sunday afternoon channel. Yep, exactly. Yeah, good stuff, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the info. Arg, says the pirate. Uh-oh. Did it get done?
Good morning, Sandy Toes. Sandy said, good morning, Buggy.
Good morning, Sandy. How are you today? Long time no see. I went to bed at 9:30 or 10 o'clock last night. All right. Eric B., good morning, brother. How are you today?
Morning, Eric B.
If y'all like shrimp, Eric B's has a shrimp eating contest Saturday for charity. Feed the community charity. If you'd like to get in that, by all means, contact Eric B. I thought it was last Saturday, so I bought my shrimp last week, thawed it, found out it wasn't last Saturday, so I just had to go ahead and eat all of it. It was horrible. I didn't want it to go bad, though, so I ate it. It was just torturous.
Take it easy, Bobcat.
All right, Bobcat, thanks for all your help, buddy, and all your information today. It's greatly appreciated by me. We have a question. Do you guys think the color of your line scares the fish? I have no idea.
I think some does, like that. It's like this line right here.
Yeah.
Going down there and use it for your hook line. I put that from a hook line before. It's 30 pound. And I mean, I just couldn't do nothing with it. So I changed it out, put clear mono on it, done better.
Really?
But yeah. I mean, I got this as a main line on my rod, on my reel. But
yep, I have
I
the same line, only in 20 pound. There you go, Uncle Lou. Nope, that's what I was thinking too. That was just me though, but I don't know enough about it to comment on that and have an intelligent opinion. Educated fish here, definitely line shy. Huh, interesting.
it's like I use that red cage line. And I find that fish just can't see that red cage line underwater.
Clear leader line, yeah. Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, carp's got good eyesight. You want clear mono for that. You just
In my opinion, carp are the easiest fish to catch. Only because I mean, hell, we caught them as kids all the time.
yeah, it's like I've got that real light gray braid on some of my reels, and one reel's got this bright yellow braid on it. And man, I just can't seem to get anything hooked up on that with that braid like that.
Yeah. I never even thought of it, to be honest with you.
In other words, I have more luck with the darker colors of the braid than I do that real bright
I
yellow.
mean, you would think if something as small as the line affected them, then wouldn't the jig and the rig itself also affect them if it's that important? You see what I'm saying? I mean, wouldn't you think that if you're fishing with a jig or whatever, that if they can see the line that well, then they should be able to see it too and think, oh, that's not natural. I don't know.
Well, I think like when it comes to blues, blue is more of a scent.
Yeah. I have a
That's
blue.
they don't have very good eyesight.
Let me see if
Flathead got excellent eyesight, and I think channel cats will have good sense of smell and good eyesight. But I don't think blues have good eyesight.
had some blue line somewhere. Yeah, see, I got the same line that you was talking about. I use that for leaders.
I mean, the eyesight's not that bad, but it's not the greatest of the catfish.
And then I got this reaction tackle green stuff. You know, and this is 40 pounds, and you can see it's as thin as most 4-pound line. It looks thick there, but that stuff there, man, I don't know how you can't use braid. It's, for me, it just makes sense. Yeah, I got another box of that too. And for me, it makes it fishing from the bank. It's important how far you can cast, and that braid just lets me cast further, I think.
Like Lou said, you're worried about them seeing a line that go to fluorocarbon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like trout has excellent vision, and man, that's just if you don't use that real small, good clear mono or fluorocarbon.
No problem, Rick B. If I knew how to put one of those things up and show it on the screen, I would do that, but I don't have any idea how you do that stuff. I have to get me a producer if I'm going to do stuff like that.
It's not snowing here, Jody.
Nope, not here yet, but it's about the right temperature, 29. Yeah, anymore my eyes are bad. I can't see the line very well at all, actually.
Right here, I got this off of Temu for trout. You can't even see that line on there. I mean, just so
I
clear.
ain't buying nothing off Temu that I'm going to catch fish with. I'm just afraid of it. Because you know their quality control is pretty sus, but that is definitely some invisible line.
Or W. That's fluoro.
Okay, yeah, fluorocarbon. I've heard about that. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I thought I wanted off Temu. I thought I was getting this. Instead, I got that.
Exactly. See, yep. Chad, I was watching my news channel this morning, and they were showing the satellite, and it looked like it was snowing down around you guys today. The satellite showed snow down there, because I was going to text J-Dog later and ask him how it felt in Alaska today, because it looked like you guys were getting some snow. I didn't hear much or whatever, but it definitely had that blue line coming down through, kind of along the top of Kentucky and the Ohio River area.
Yeah, most of the trout guys, when they're fly fishing, they got good floatable line from the reel out, but they tie the fly on for the line to the line. It's usually fluorocarbon.
Huh. That's something I've never gotten into, was trout fishing. I better have a cigarette too.
I do a lot of trout fishing. I put a little float on and let it move it around, and
Yeah.
or throw one out to the bottom out there. And boy, I'd love to watch it hit like that. Oh, Dee said it snowed her whole way into the office. Do a short with snow angels, Chad. Y'all keep that snow up yonder way for a while longer. I'd love to see it snow Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the next day it'd be gone, be done with it. But y'all was talking about that crimping stuff. I have. Oh, as I get back up here. The way that hook just falls off that crimp like that, I have had better luck on the crimp. Better hookups anyway. Because that bait will be moving around and be moving like that. It'd be like caught in the current or something, just be moving. This right here is my high-low rig setup. And next we'll see Chunky painting his eye. I won't be seeing him because I don't watch it. You can get high vis yellow just like the high vis green right here. Oh, but I just like using that clear, and I like using the charcoal gray braid. Seems to disappear better in the water. It's like for my skipjack, I like using that red Cajun 20-pound line. That stuff, man, it just even when it comes to the clear mono type, I get better hookups with that red Cajun. Cramped hooks is an absolute no thank you for me. Cramped hooks is absolute no thank you for me. I've never seen great. I use Pirate Pro from Walmart. I've never had it fail me, man. And I'm fishing the rocks and everything else with that stuff. Yeah, charcoal gray. Because you didn't tie your knot right, man. Well, you can look online and find a Pirate Pro and order it and have it delivered. I like it. I mean, it's not a real expensive braid, and stay away from that spider wire crap. I don't like it. It cuts easy on rocks. Yep, reaction tackle. You don't like that crimped lines, Uncle Lou?
Found it.
I've never used fluorocarbon before, but I'm gonna try. Normally, when I go trout fishing, I got 6 or 8 pound just regular mono. Hey, there's Buggy.
Give a shout out to Cat Claws. Good company, good stuff. In fact, I got my rod holder I won, but it's real long. Look at that. I didn't know the other ones I got aren't that long. And now I have questions. 1, 2, 3. This one here I get, that lets the pole almost lay down straight. I assume this one lets it be at an angle, but I just wasn't real sure about why it was so long like that.
And it just makes it higher up where you don't have to bend down so far. And that third one don't really mean that much except for put your rod straight down in it.
Yeah, that one's straight up and down. That's what I figured. And this one here is at one angle. If you look at it through here, it makes sense that would go at an angle like this.
Yeah, it gives it more
It goes pretty straight. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, it came
I gotta
in.
give it. I gotta give it a couple of those.
I think I won it in something. I won a lot of stuff the last couple months, and I want to thank everyone who does that.
Well, get you some real orange paint or bright yellow paint. Paint it so that way when you leave, you'll see it. You won't leave it.
Exactly. I need to do that. I think I'm going to, because I almost left one the day they had that fishing contest. Last one we had that I was in. I literally I was driving away.
Eric's in the basement.
My rear view mirror and seen it. I was like, oh God, you're kidding me. Because I lost 2 of these that way. But see, the other one was only about that high. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know it was that long. I know the box that come in was crushed and they taped it all back together. Hold on, Eric. I'm sorry, brother. I was out here. I was looking for this. I knew I put it somewhere. My bad. But yeah,
I got to get a couple of those tall boys. I mean, I like them things.
Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. This kid makes good stuff and he's a good kid. So if you want to support someone, he's worth supporting, in my opinion. You know, he does this by himself and he ain't making much money or anything off of it, but it's good stuff. The welds are nice. Just quality.
Yeah, that TIG welder makes some good welds.
Huh?
That TIG welder makes some good welds.
Yeah, they're pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they're stout.
I used to follow these people on Instagram, and it was something welding, dude. And I'm telling you, these guys were amazing. The stuff they done, just mind-boggling, amazing. The welds they made. I mean, just I can't even describe it. I wish I could find it. I'd send you a link to some of them because anyone that's into welding, these guys were awesome. For the life of me, I can't remember what the name of them are. That shouldn't surprise anyone. You know what? I was thinking I'm going to start collecting these instead of using them. I'm going to start collecting them and hanging them up. Instead of stickers, I'm going to start collecting these towel things. Nobody be stealing my ideas neither. I'm sure someone else has it.
Lynn, if you're talking about them rod holders ain't that heavy.
No, they're not bad at all, man. Them rod holders, they're the best, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And
you're right. D. Adam is a wonderful young man.
Yeah.
Family man, Christian, works hard. This is a side hobby for him. Yeah, they're not heavy at all, man. They're no heavier than anything else you use. And the fact of the matter is, it ain't coming out of the ground. They're easy to drive in the ground. Actually, if I didn't have a bad knee, I could step it down in the ground. But with my knee right now, I can't, so I have to hammer them in. But I'm just, I appreciate quality. When someone makes something that's a quality product, I'll support it all day.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of places I can't even get it all the way in the ground. I mean, it's like stuck that far down, and then I still hook up. Never had no problem.
Yep, I agree. Good stuff. That there stuff. And most of my tackle, believe it or not, I've won. I haven't really bought much tackle. I won this thing here, and I've added stuff to it, but it came with most of the stuff that's in there, swivels and, floats and hooks and stuff like that, it's got some swivels all the way up to let's catch a whale size swivels.
Yeah.
And the best stuff I got, Uncle Lou sent me with the first year, 6 months or so that I was in here. And he sent me a bunch of stuff. I emailed him. I was buying one of his rods and asked him if he could help me out on knowing what to buy to get started. You know what I mean? And he sent me a bunch of stuff. And a lot of it I still have in this thing here. Them rattles, deeds. I
Morn,
mean,
Eric.
he just sent me all kinds of stuff. I was blown
Morning.
away. Then I got a bunch of giant hooks that I'll probably never use. I need to give to somebody. These here he didn't send me, but I want them somewhere. And some of them are so big, where I'm at, I can't use them. I got some Triple City Anglers. Those are what I should say what they are. It's marked, but I can't read it. 10 knots, and they're not. I don't think they're very big for 10 knots. Let's see. But I mean, I got some of these like that right there. I mean, I won't use. It probably doesn't look big on there, but it's big enough I can put my thumb through there with room on each side. Then I have a question about. Yeah, those are just kind of J hooks, aren't they? Well, yeah, those are J hooks. That's some kind of like a bass thing or something. I don't know. I mean, it's got that little jig in it, little bump in the handle thing. I don't know. Got a bunch of stuff I don't use. These Triple City hooks. Hey, morning, stealing you. I gotta open
Hey,
these up.
morning, Phil.
I
I just did the weather on TV. We're not even supposed to break 45 today. Can't believe it.
Dee, did you say it was snowing all the way into work today? Yep. I was thinking it was snowing over there because I was going to call and tease J-Dog about it today. The Triple City hooks are nice, man. To be honest with you. It's bigger than fishing its family. Yep. Yeah, those are nice. Nice, almost, not chrome, but really smooth coating or whatever. Looks really sharp.
No.
Yeah, buddy. You too can have a Triple City Anglers hooks. I won them in a giveaway. I forget from who. Probably Triple City Anglers, I would imagine. But yeah, Uncle Lou hooked me up with so much stuff that year. I was blown away. I probably thanked him 100 times.
She said, yeah, but it's only sticking to the grass so far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what they said too, that the roads are too warm. Oh, shit. Don't drop that down there and lose it. You'll step on it. This here's like a bass hook or something, isn't it?
I can't really see the end of the hook there. Hold up. Yeah, that's for a worm. Yeah, you put a worm on the end of it. Yeah.
That's what I thought. And then we get into
Good morning.
that's a big hook right there.
Nubby, hush it. We don't want to hear about that 70-degree weather. We're down in the 30s.
Nubby, I'm telling you, I'm going to put a curse on you and make it rain there for a week solid. When's your vacation?
Yeah, circle hooks are good hooks as long as they got a good offset.
Yeah, I agree with the offset part. Me and J-Dog had a talk about circle hooks and the merits of them versus J hooks. And because I fished with J hooks my whole life, I can't get used to the reeling before you pick the pole up. You know what I mean? These don't have any offset into them. Those are no offset at all, actually.
Well, you can always be like Dominic, yank it up and run backwards 4 feet, then start reeling.
It might work. But I'm so used to, yanking, and so I don't know. I thought about rigging one pole with J hooks and one with circle hooks, same bait and everything, and if the fish are hitting, see if there's a difference.
Accepts donations. Yeah, nobody got 70-degree weather. Man, get out of here with that.
As long as it doesn't get any hotter, perfect. 70 to me is the perfect temperature. As long as it's not too
humid. It's going to rain all day.
don't spill nothing out of there, you dummy. Make sure they're all zip locked up before you close it.
Well, we'll let you slide on that one, Debbie, if it's going to rain on you all day.
Yeah, 70 and rain doesn't count. But yeah, I don't know where I got this thing at, but I use it to put all the stuff I got that I have, that spare stuff I ain't going to use for a while. I got the tackle box. But yeah, good people in the catfishing world.
Yep, there are some good people in there.
I agree. It's a great community to become a part of, for sure. I mean, because growing up where I did, most of the people who catfished, the most important thing was how big a cooler of beer you bought. You know what I mean? Fishing was kind of a secondary thing. So now we actually, I found people that don't drink and they go fishing, and I'm like, you mean those people exist? Hell, I didn't know that. I was just gonna say I probably don't want to open that. Not too bad. Oh, if it's in Dad's name, no, you got to send that to the people. You guys know you don't send them to me. Oh wait, 11:30. Yeah, pretty close.
Hey, Dave Boltars, good morning.
Good morning, David. How are you today, buddy? Buddy. What time is it? Almost 7. Okay.
Rain gear, buddy, rain gear.
I'll say, yeah, if it ain't super windy and big storms, heck yeah, put some rain gear on. It's 70 degrees, head out there and do it. My grandpa used to tell me you couldn't catch fish till you got wet. Said if it wasn't raining, it wasn't worth going. But grandpa drank a lot, so you never know. I'm kidding.
It's about like swimming. It just starts raining. Everybody gets out. And, why'd you get out of the pool? It's just a little rain. Well, I don't want to get wet.
Okay, still in you, the kiddos headed to school, you headed to work, or is it that time of year where you don't work? I know some construction people don't work when the winter time comes. Like up here, you have the, cement trucks and stuff like that, dump trucks and everything. Well, those are all Teamsters. And 9 times out of 10, especially years ago, but now not so much because the winters aren't as bad, but they used to shut down in November and start back up, into February, March or whatever. And the Teamsters had it set up with the state unemployment office. All them guys had to do is sign up, and they didn't have to go out. It used to be you have to go out and get three places you put applications in and all that garbage. And the Teamsters had it set up where, hey, these guys get laid off every winter. There ain't no sense in them having to go play the game of acting like they're looking for a job or whatever, because they're going to be going back to work in a few months. So, they use their political influence, so to speak, and got the unemployment office to just give them the hookup. I got a buddy that's a Teamster and drives a dump truck, and they're getting ready to do layoffs, and he has to have hernia surgery, and he's waiting for me. He's like, man, can y'all hurry up and do the layoffs? So then he don't miss no money. What you doing, Sandy Toes? Summertime there now, ain't it? Or at least late spring. Lucky. Oh, really cool. Out there hitting the dude. I like that. Man, I was young. I was hustling it up. I never turned overtime down when I was young. Yeah, it's almost full summer, isn't it? Is the surfing better there in the wintertime or in the summertime? Getting into the 90s, yeah, buddy. I'll pass. Unless I got a big yacht I'm floating around where there's an ocean breeze and I'm sitting up under the canopy or whatever in the shade. I wonder if Diddy's got any yachts he just wants to give away to get rid of. He ain't gonna need them. I wonder if he's striking a deal with the feds to turn state evidence against everybody else. You know what I mean? I'll bet he is. Dang, Eric. Is it slow in there, Eric? Is that why it's so slow?
No, just people don't know how to drive.
Yep. Woo, 102. You're kidding me. Yep, I'd call that summer all day. And actually, to get into the cool temperatures in Australia, you would have to drive south, wouldn't you? I want to go there just to see the toilets flush the other direction. I think it'd be cool. I think it would be cool. Well, shoot, man. I got stuff I got to get done. So I got to end at 8 o'clock today on the nose, close to it. Very close to 8 o'clock on the nose. Not exactly 8. It could be 8:01 or 8:03, give or take a minute either way. So in the far south part of Australia, it stays kind of cool even in the summertime. Purely a guess on my part. Oh, goodness gracious. Lord, please let me find comparables for that house. Give me the ability to type up all the stuff that's wrong with it and not forget anything. Tasmania. You know, the only thing about Tasmania is where the Tasmanian devil came from in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Eric, you've been at the warehouse all week, ain't you?
Yep.
He's permanent warehouse now. He's moving on up. You can't fault a man for ambition.
Get that manager job. Heck yeah.
Yep. Work less and make more, man. That's the key. Luigi Mangione. I didn't have none of the music pulled up today like yesterday. I just didn't get into it. But Luigi Mangione, that's too much. And I guess that kid come from a rich family, went to private schools and all kinds of stuff. And he's against corporate America or whatever. I'm like, really? That nice childhood you had, corporate America probably paid for. Yeah, I just seen it on the news today. They were talking about it, and he comes from a rich family, went to a private school, graduated as the valedictorian of his school. So he ain't just some bum running around that's mad at the world. He's like a Ted Krasinski genius guy that's mad at the world. Only instead of sending bombs, he decided to just go out and shoot people. Man, dude, if I knew how to cook, I would do that. I could see enjoying that. Now, as I'm older, I didn't have, when I was young and the kids were young, I was busy building my career and work. I mean, I worked. That's all I done. I worked and came home, and on the weekends we went and done stuff. But during the week, I was daylight to dark working, building my career. And I'm not sure it was the right thing to do now that I look back on life. But growing up poor, you figured what's a guy do? He works hard, provides for his family, and makes sure they have nice things and a nice home and stuff like that. So I wouldn't have had time to cook for him anyway. The biggest thing I always tried to remember was you're a huge influence on your children and what kind of adults they become. And most of the foundation, in my opinion, of a person's behaviors and stuff in life, you instill in that kid in the first 3 years, 3 to 4 years. And after that, they've already become, you see the kid in the grocery store that's 3 years old throwing a fit and yelling back at his mom and stuff. Well, that same kid at 14 or 15 is going to be yelling at mom and screaming and hollering and calling her a bitch and stuff, So if you don't instill that solid foundation when they're young, you're going to pay the price when they get old.
For me, it was to hear my kids laugh.
Yeah. Well, I remember he was my stepson.
Watching them do things and wonder what the hell are they doing.
My stepson, that I raised him from the time he was 3 till he got out of high school. And he's not around anymore. He's not in my life anymore. But he wrote a paper at school one day, and I found it. And the title of the paper was something like write a paper about somebody you admire in life. And he wrote a paper about me and the fact I worked hard and provided for everybody. And I was like, that made me feel good. You know what I mean? Because if we wanted to go dirt bike riding or anything on the weekends, you've got to have money to do that stuff. And, usually my overtime was our hobby money, dirt bike riding and stuff. You know what I mean? That was the money we used for that. Household money came out of the 40-hour-a-week stuff. And I just wish I'd have been. I'm not good with money. I'm not good with money even today. And I just wish I'd have had the knowledge. Like John, for instance, Small Art Charters. He was taught, and he retired early because he planned and worked and accomplished what he wanted. And when it come time, he was young enough. He had himself set up to retire. I wish I would have had that kind of guidance when I was young. But then again, John doing landscaping and mowing and stuff, that guy, summertime, he probably worked 90 hours a week or so, I'd imagine. You're right, Stilling. Yeah, I worked at the school as a custodian, man, and it was amazing. These kids, it would blow your mind.
Morning, Bill, ladies.
Yeah. Good morning, Benoit, ladies. Good to see you today. Yeah, Sandy, that makes sense. And there were some things I probably should have been a little more strict on, stuff like that. But having grown up poor, I made sure they didn't, like I always wanted a pair of Nike tennis shoes, which sounds small, but when you're in junior high school and everybody's wearing Nikes and you don't have any, it's a big thing to a kid, you know what I mean? So I made sure that they had what they wanted as far as that kind of stuff went. like bicycles, for instance. I didn't buy bicycles for them at Kmart. We went to the bike shop and bought good ones.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with a Huffy.
Yeah. Yes, Andy, you'd spend all your time doing that in the place where I live. These kids are unbelievable. I watched a video yesterday. These four, they're not kids. They were probably 16 to 18 years old, had got kicked out of the mall. So they went to the Kroger's across the street and were sitting around lounging in the patio furniture that Kroger had set up and wouldn't leave. And one of them was actually asleep, and they called the cops to please come and get these people out of the store because they're being obnoxious and everything. And these guys, just the cops, F you, don't you talk, F you, I ain't. I'm like, man, dude, you should be allowed to shoot someone sometimes just because, or tase them and let them flop on the ground for about 10 minutes. It was unbelievable. They had no, I mean, just, and one of them, even though probably he was a minor, he was at least 6'3", probably, 280 or something like that. Big kid. What's Kroger's? It's a grocery store, Sandy. Yep, it's a big grocery store. But I'm just like, when did it become acceptable to disrespect the police and cuss them and things like that? And then when they try to cuff you, you fight them and, go nuts and I'm not going to jail, blah, blah, blah. But I always notice once they get the cuffs on and the kid in the car, the kid all of a sudden becomes really fragile and calm and, man, I didn't do nothing. I'm sorry. Can you let me go? Blah, blah, blah. No, man, you was being an asshole 3 minutes ago. Not only can I not let you go, I'm going to do my best to make sure they keep you as long as possible.
What gets me is when they holler, I can't breathe, and you're breathing.
Or I didn't do nothing. And I'm like, dude, you
Yeah.
just flung at this cop and tell me you didn't do nothing. I
I
didn't do
watched it
nothing.
long with a 14-year-old girl walking through the school. It's reported. Other girls reported to the teacher that she's got a gun in her backpack. And when the cops come up to her, she kept walking away. They grabbed her and they said, "Hey, we just want to talk to you. Leave me alone. Get your hands off me." Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yep.
I ain't doing nothing. And oh, we're just wanting to talk to you. They said it's reported you have. I ain't got no gun. Blah 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 blah. And then she started fighting the cop. Well, she struck one of the cops. 14-year-old girl hit him. Well, she said, "Well, you know what?" She said, uh, "I said you're going to jail now." They took two of them. They find she was fighting, boy. And
Yeah.
they got her gloves, took her there in the principal's office, and they emptied her stuff out. Sure enough, she had a 38.
No kidding.
I think it was 38. Uh, in her
Backpack.
in her backpack,
Could
and
you
she was
imagine?
all, "I didn't do that, blah blah blah. Y'all doing this, you doing that. I can't, you're just harassing me, blah blah blah." And she had a gun. It was everybody's fault but hers.
Oh, that always is. Exactly, Sandy. That's it. My kids knew if I got a call from the cops, it was over with.
Yeah.
And could you imagine being a high school teacher nowadays? There's no way. I've seen so many videos of these kids in the classroom. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Well, nowadays most parents they send their kids to school. They thinking it's a babysitter.
Yep. Well,
They're
I noticed when I worked at the school, it used to be if the teacher sent you to the principal or whatever, and your parents had to come in, that the parents would be mad at you. Well, now 99% of the time the parent come in, they were mad at the teacher for sending the kid to the office. Well, I don't know why you don't like my kid. You pick on my kid. But no, it's because your kid disrupts class every single day. I'm not picking on him. I'm just trying to make him quit so the other students can learn.
Well,
And
I
that's
went to
what they
school.
do.
Bring back paddling.
You can tell when they
I
watch.
went to school. They'd bring you outside. That teacher yank you up, said, "Come outside the hallway with the paddle. Go next door, bring a teacher out for a witness. Smack, smack, smack. Then put your
Yep.
butt back in class."
Yep.
You didn't act up after that.
See, and
I'm
that's
like,
how it
God,
should be,
man.
Sandy. I don't know how they do it here. They've let kids take their phones in class, and now there've been a lot of kids assaulting teachers. If I'm a teacher, I'd have a gun with me, bar none, in high school.
Taser.
Yep.
taser, taser.
We had a teacher,
Crappie, crappie.
which people today wouldn't even have a clue what printing class is, but you had these
That's
little,
what's wrong these days with the phones.
you would spell out words with these pieces of type and it'd clamp them together and you'd put them in a thing, which was a press, and then it'd run ink over it, and then the paper would press to it and it would print the page. And that drawer, I don't know how many pieces of type and spacers and stuff. It had thousands of them, and it was heavy as all get out. And this teacher here, and it was like a big metal table that the thing sat on. And this teacher, the first day of class, he's taught class, he picked it up and set it back down. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't take you to the office. We'll go downstairs and talk about it. And he went out of class or whatever, and everyone's trying to pick their thing up. And I don't know how much it weighed. There was no way. But his name was Mr. Red. And come find out, he was actually my dad's football coach in junior high. And he didn't take crap from anyone. Or if you got in a fight in class, he took two kids down in the basement and said, okay, y'all want to fight? I'll take you down here and let you fight it out, and then we'll call it, and it'll be over with. See you, ladies. Been a while, ladies. Have a good day at work today. The week will be over soon. It's hump day.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's just scary. I'm glad I'm old, man. I don't want to see this country in 20 years. It's going to be either like the movie Idiocracy or like the movie Apocalypse Now, 102. Or not Apocalypse Now. Escape from New York or something like that. It'd just be crazy. I lean more towards the Idiocracy side of it. It's a dumb movie if you've never seen it. We're headed there. Let's see here. What were we going to look at? Okay, there we go. Keep hearing that. Yeah, Mark was on at 3 o'clock this morning.
I watched a video the other day where two girls get into it. 15-year-old and 16-year-old got into it, causing trouble. The cops are all down there and everything. Somebody called the 15-year-old's mama. She had to leave work.
Ooh.
And come down there, and she walks. First thing she does, it shows her video getting out of the car, going over to the tree, breaking a limb off the tree and stripping it down. Walks across that street. Her 15-year-old daughter still sitting there, running her mouth to the cops. She goes up behind that girl, grabs her by the arm, and whoops her all the way back across the street to the house and tell her, said, don't you ever disrespect police like that when they're trying to do it. What are you doing over there causing trouble anyway, Papa? Cop said, ma'am, that's abuse. She goes, well, I tell you what, if you want to take her raise, you go right ahead.
Exactly. If you want to raise him, then here, you do it.
That's what they told her. So, well, you go and do your thing, mama.
I remember when they were doing all the Black Lives Matter protests or whatever, and there was a bunch of kids or whatever, and this black lady comes up and snatches her kid out of the crowd and commences to going off on him and embarrassed the hell out of him. Everyone, you are not going to get your ass at that. I'm going to beat you to him. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Yanks, he's got his face covered up. Yanks is covering off his face. Yanks his hoodie down. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
Mom, what are you doing? He's trying to cover himself up. I'm like, yeah. I raised you better than that not to get involved in this mess. This is a bunch of bull out here. Yeah, I seen that. That was good. But like that girl, that one whooping her child with that switch, the 16-year-old was over laughing, and so was the girl's mom. And the cop walked over and said, what are you laughing about? It's a shame that you don't discipline your child like that.
Exactly. It's a shame you don't do the same with the world themselves. If your kid's going to be the one on the video next and Applebee's or something throwing a conniption.
Yep. It said at the end of the video said that they had no more problems out of that 15-year-old girl, but they had more problems out of the 16-year-old.
Oh, I'm sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
That mama whooped her all the way across the street. Boy.
I remember, I told my kids the way I seen it was, if there's a class of 20 students and you're disrupting stuff, you're robbing 19 other students the ability to get an education at that time. And don't be that guy.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to disrupt things and interfere with other people's ability to get an education.
Welcome back, Gator. Yeah, I watched a lot of videos of mothers disciplining their kids, and it's funny what they do.
I'm telling you right now, I had a couple black friends growing up, and most of them were being raised by their grandmothers, the truth be told. And they never talked back to their grandmothers. Never. I mean, it wasn't an if, and, or but. They may have been mouthy everywhere else in the world, but when they hit the front door of the house, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Grandma don't care. Grandma throw a shoe.
Grandma have a belt, she'll beat you till you can't walk, and she'd tell you about it and tell you why she's beating you, why she's doing it. You know what I mean? Jody's getting some food.
You mean Eric?
Oh, that's Eric. Never mind. Yeah, I thought it was Jody when I looked up, seen him driving. Eric's getting us some food today. Better not get no B&G. Skeeter, good to see you, buddy. Yeah.
One thing I respected my grandma. I loved my grandma. I never disrespected her.
I never disrespected my mom like kids do today. You kidding me?
No,
She was a
never
little
did my
bitty
mom
old lady, but she'd pick something up and beat the heck out of you with it. And it just wasn't heard of back then like it is today.
Yeah, you remember them big old wooden spoons.
My mom had, you ever see the straps that hang on the side of a barber's chair that he does that with the straight razor? She had one of them.
I remember back talking to my mom one time when I was a little bitty. I wasn't a little bitty. I was probably 13. I thought I was grown and 13 years old. And I popped off to her what I did. And she backhanded me right in the mouth.
Thank you. Have a good day.
I never did that again.
Yep. That barber strap accidentally got thrown in the trash one day. I can tell you that, because that thing would light your bare ass up.
I remember neighbor across the street over here, her little boy was running around getting all into things. And I think he was probably about 10.
Here comes the
He
snow.
kind of walked out of the house with a wood spoon, and before she even got to him, he done fell to the ground screaming, "No, mama, no!" Like she was beating him.
Strawberry.
What's wrong with the society today?
It was funny.
Disrespectful because they don't get their ass whipped.
That's 100%, man. And it started with my kids' generation about the time they were in the late stages of elementary school. And it started with child abuse. You got to stand them in a corner and say, time out. You can't whoop them. That's child abuse, blah, blah, blah. Man, if you want to raise them, come get them. Because if you're going to tell me how to do it, I don't want to hear it.
Daddy said, "Eric, give me a strawberry steak. Go back."
Yeah. Where my
McDonald's,
it's
broke down. You should know this.
A good kid growing up, and he played ball and raced and everything. But man, the minute he got out of school, he was just, I don't know what happened to him. He was gone. He worked, he become, just wouldn't get a job, wouldn't go to college, wouldn't do nothing, and ended up, being a criminal. I'm like, dude, I didn't raise you that way. You got to go. Don't come around until you learn how to be a part of society. And I ain't seen him about 8 years now, or heard from him. I heard one time he was doing some time in Virginia or something, and I honestly don't care. It's like, man, dude. I called him up at my mom's house one day when I lived in Noblesville. I was doing an appraisal the other side of Muncie, so I come by to see mom and him on the way through, and he was there. And when I went to leave, I had him come outside with me. He thought I was probably going to give him some money or something, and that's why I said, dude, I'm going to tell you what, if I ever catch you at my parents, because my mom's an easy touch. She'd give you $40 if she only had 20. She'd go get 20 out of the bank. You know what I mean? And he knows she's an easy touch. And he was there trying to get money off of her so he could get drugs. And told him, I said,
like it's raining on Eric.
Don't ever let me catch you at my mom and dad's house again, because I know what you're doing, and you know she's an easy touch. Yeah, it's snowing. That's what he said. Here comes the snow, and I say it's all right. It's all right.
Okay, Eric, everybody, I'm gonna cut out of here. I got something I gotta go do. Y'all have a good day. Good morning. Enjoyed it, Buggy.
Yep. Don't forget the white man. I mean, enjoy your day.
I ain't got to do that, but I got the stuff I gotta go run and do.
No
All right,
worries.
everybody.
Like I said, I'm out of here at 8, solid 8, and I'm gone. No messing around today. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming in, Russick. I appreciate the help.
All right, bye, everybody.
Really, Gator? No kidding. What do you mean I didn't give the parental guidance? You know, me and my kids spent at a minimum 4 hours a weekend in the car going to and from the races as captive audiences. Spent a lot of time on my children and with my children. Pumpkin along with Rusty. Pumpkin. I'm going to pumpkin along with Rusty. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. I have no idea what pumpkinin is, but you have a great day doing that, Sandy. All right. Morning, Ernie. You did not make tater cakes today. You gotta quit coming in my live and telling us that. Jeez, I ain't had them in forever, and I don't know how to make them. So I tried, and I know you say it's easy, but I tried, and they came out horrible. Exactly. It's doing. That's what I said. I wouldn't let my kids watch this show. Oh, I didn't give my parental. It's after 7, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, this show is not for children. If you're a parent and you let your children watch this show, you're a horrible parent. You need your children taken from you. I'm just saying, it's not for kids. So now don't be writing in complaining to nothing or nobody at YouTube about this show bad for kids or something. It's clearly marked in the thing where you check the box. No, it's not for children. I'm the last thing you want your kids listening to now because I'm old and jaded and I got a bad attitude about the world. So you don't want your kids talking to me or listening to me. Get your flour and mashed potatoes out. We'll do a video chat. I'll help you. We're going to do that some other day. I'm too busy. I went back to work and I seen the house, and then I had 5 appraisals come in last night. So I got to print them all out, get them organized, call the owner of all these rentals and say, we need to get together and you get a hold of your renters to make sure what day. And there's no way I see all 5 of them in one day, though. It's going to be a multi-day thing, I'd say. Ernie, my knee was hurting. It's because that temperature dropped overnight, dude. I'm telling you. I almost fell down when I got out of bed this morning. If the dresser hadn't been there, I'd have been on the ground. Yeah, believe me, Ernie, I'm glad to be back at it. But just like when it was with Dad, I take some appraisals on, and then Mom's sick, so I got to take her to the doctor today and tomorrow. So it's like, man, I go see this house, I'm gonna do this report, and now my 2 days are disrupted. I don't know what that is or why it happens, but it happens every single time. That's why I'm afraid about taking on 5 orders at once. But when I put the bid in on them, I told them I can't give you a due date for these until I talk to the homeowner and we get them all scheduled. Because with a rental property, you got to give the renter 48 hours notice before you can come in the house. Gives them time to hide all the dope and stuff like that, Yeah, not here either, brother. I understand. Yeah, my son and daughter-in-law, they usually bring us something, but we don't do nothing for Christmas anymore. We hadn't done it since my brother passed away. It's just never been the same. And I'm sure some counseling would probably do us some good to figure out why that is, but just can't do it, man. Yep. My mom gets hers comes and goes like that only where hers hurts all the time, but it's worse when the weather changes. Barometric pressure is what she says. I wish I could help you, Ernie. I am too. In fact, for the last few years, check hits the bank on the 11th, right? Well, it's Dad's check. And I had forgotten when it hits the bank, it's gone. It goes into that trust. So when I'm sitting there thinking, well, cool, man, I'll go grocery shopping this weekend. And then it dawned on me, no, you won't. That check's gone. Thank God I got a freezer out in the garage full of meat. And then, let's see, his pension comes, and I think she gets $300 out of it. So literally half the household money we used to get was gone instantly. And then because he's been there these months waiting on the Medicaid thing, I got to pay for some of them, the money for them months back. I think that's like $5,000 I owe him or something. Which I'm going to tell them they're just going to have to let me make payments or else send him back, because I don't know what else to do. Brian B. Mac and cheese broke. I never think about mac and cheese. I should think about that more often. My son made some for Thanksgiving that was real good, and it was baked or something. And I suppose you cook the noodles first, I suppose, and put everything in the pan. But it tasted really good. Let's just say it wasn't Kraft mac and cheese out of the box I was used to. Which actually, in my opinion, Kraft mac and cheese out of the box tastes good, but that's just because I grew up poor and that's what we ate. Yeah. Mac and homegrown tomatoes. Yep. I never thought about that. You could make your mac and cheese and then put the tomatoes in it. That'd probably work. Yeah, that would work, come think of it. Maybe a little Cajun seasoning or something like that in it. I'm making myself hungry now. All right, man, there's 21 people in there and there's one person chatting. You know what that is, don't you? And that's a sign that it's time to go because nobody wants to interact with anybody. I understand most of you are probably working or whatever. I get it. But it just makes it hard on everybody else, like me, trying to keep a dialogue rolling. I just ramble off the top of my head when that point happens. Because
Yeah, we know that. We know that J Dog's watching, but he can't chat.
Yeah, and Eric's sitting there eating food, which now I got to figure out. I think I'm going to make omelets for breakfast this morning, but I ain't got much to put in them. They may end up just being cheese omelets. I listen to you ramble. You, Mr. Murillo, need some serious help. But sometimes the topics become interesting, and sometimes they're just like, who is this stupid guy sitting there talking? But we actually did a lot of fishing talk the first hour and a half of the show. We were talking about rigs and crimping and hooks and sinkers and B&M fishing rods. I mean, we done a lot of fish talking today, come think of it. So that's pretty unusual for this fish. Well, that's why this isn't a show or a fishing show. It's a clubhouse people hang out in. That's why I called it that. I'm with you, Mike. Me neither. My shrink told me after I came in her office, she needed a shrink that would I please not come back anymore. But yeah, that's why this is, I don't know. It's not, the show would be like what Chad and them do on Mondays, where they actually talk about stuff. Well, I ain't got that in me, so I can't call it a show. I'm not going to do what is known as show prep. Ain't going to happen. I got other things to do in life. So I thought, but yet we still got to have someone come on in the mornings so people got something to do. Because if you, like me, you were hooked on hog legs and you just got used to doing that every morning and then it was gone. And I was like, well, I'll do a show, but then I can't call it a show because it's not really a show. So it's a bunch of people hanging out in the clubhouse. Unfortunately, the clubhouse doesn't have a stove where we could have Ernie come in and feed us.
It's starting to come down now.
Oh man, I want to get a pontoon, but it's probably not going to happen until next year. I don't think. I don't know. I got a bunch of crap I could sell though. Probably pick one up. Channel Teoflodermus. No, never heard of it. Oh, really? They test shotgun slugs? Oh, I like that. I like the sound of that already. Because I was told for home defense to load your shotgun one shell of double aught buck, the next shell slug, the next shell double aught buck, like that. And that way, if you miss with the slug, the next one you're going to hit them with. Hotel Tof. I don't even know how to say it. Phonically spell it out for me, doing you, so I can get hooked on phonics. I cannot go back to sleep. I cannot go back to sleep. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to wake mom up. I forgot. Oh really? That's cool. Really? You couldn't get a shot at him? So the slug you're talking about, did they have it in a shell, everything, like a self-load themselves, or did they just send the slug in and say, I want you guys to put this in a shell and test it? You know what I mean? Oh, so there's a legal time. Yeah. I didn't know if that was pertaining to if you're on your own property. Could you, you know what I mean? Because I think if it's on your own property, you should be able to do whatever you want because it's your property. And if you want to hunt them and shoot them right at dark, you should be allowed to. It's your prerogative. Yeah, you're right, Gator. My dad and them shot skeet, and they loaded their own rounds. Level, yeah. It was up till 11 p.m. I don't know what it was about last night, but I went to bed at 9ish, I'd say. It was between 9 and 10. And I laid down to go to sleep and was in the process of setting the timer on the TV so it'd go off in like an hour and a half or so. And I woke up laying there with the remote and stuff in my hand, so I must have fell asleep. You know, and the TV was still on, so I hadn't set the timer or nothing, evidently. My dog's snoring.
Well, Buggy, unfortunately, it's time for this fat guy to go in here and work in his warehouse.
Yep. All right, man. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be on here much longer neither, to be honest with you. My eyes are drooping.
Everybody have, but you got stuff to do. You can't be taking no nap, sir.
No, I can't. I'll stick my head outside or I'll take the dogs outside for a walk.
I'm sure it's probably snowing where you're at, or if it isn't
No,
already.
not yet, I don't think. Let me look.
I can't really see behind you. I know it's snowing here.
Nope.
It's coming down pretty good too.
Well, the looks of what I seen on the weather radar, it was all south of us.
Yeah, you missed it, huh? Don't worry, it'll be cold as ball sack tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly day, 20 something.
Supposed to be cold, very cold tomorrow.
Yeah, Gator, my dad and them also, they had a guy that reloaded.
Everybody, you have a great day, and Bugman, get some work done, buddy.
I will, man, I promise. But dad and them had a guy that they reloaded AR shells for shooting. They would shoot they'd shoot skeet part of the year, and then the other part of the year they would shoot rifles and with scopes, you know, like 200 yards away, stuff like that. And they had a guy that actually made or would pack the shells, you know, and it was pretty tough to do. I guess they'd be weighed and balanced and, you know, just precision type shells. You out, Ernie? I was trying to think. There was something I wanted to mention, and I can't remember what it was. I thought of it yesterday evening. Man, I had the weirdest dream last night about my brother and bikers, and just bizarre. My stomach went. Relaxation is making me pale or making me sane or something like that. Yeah, that was the whole idea behind Dad and them loading their own shells is because the cost. I mean, on average weekend, I don't know how many shells they'd go through. Probably 100 each, So they had there's 50 in a box or something like that, and so they'd have to buy, a case of them, and then it'd be real expensive to shoot all them up. So they started saving them and started loading them at Sonny's place. Oh, I think it's got a bunch of sweat stains on it, doesn't it? That's my problem. I sweat too bad, and I just can't keep a hat clean. I actually sweated on my the Operation Vets with Nets hat yesterday. Seeing that house, you can see a little bit of staining on the side right there, other side right over there. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I mean, that house, when I got out of my truck, I had a t-shirt on, and it's kind of out in the country, and the wind was blowing hard, and I got out of my truck, and I'm like, oh crap, it's cold. And I had a winter coat in there that I keep in there through all the winter time. So I grabbed it and put it on. And when I'm measuring the house, there was so many different stuff I had to measure that by the time I got done, I was sweating a lot. And I was like, crap, man. So I took my hat off because it was starting to show through, like right here along the seams, I was like, oh crap, this sucks. And it happens to every hat. This one here was from fishing. I would wear my catfish hats fishing, and I just sweat a lot for some reason. Yeah. I'm working on trying to make a new logo of Bugman, the Bugman guy himself. And I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I know there's probably some software out there that I could use to make it easy or something, but oh crap. Find the home time to relax. A Mac 9000G progressive loader. You got me, dude. Not a clue. I think I seen one of them JG Hill. I think I'm going to do that. My question was, when you wash them in the dishwasher, do you use dishwashing? Like we got the little pod things you stick in the dishwasher. Do you use those, or what do you wash them with? Because I think that's what I'm going to do. I got probably. Well, here's another example, and this was my summertime fishing hat. See that hat's ruined, but what you're talking about would work. That was one of my favorites. They sent me this one, and then I bought this one. I got this one when they had the vets thing. It wasn't a tournament, but it was a fishing with vets day or whatever. And Chris and Telly took me. And then like a week or so later, they emailed me or something about, hey, you got a hat coming. Do you want a hat? I'm like, do I want a hat? Do you have any idea who you're asking that question to? A slug called the needler. Huh. It spreads out in 1,000 needles upon contact. Okay, so happened to me. That was weird. But I wasn't sure. I mean, I figured, I'm not going to put it in there with dishes. I'll be the only guy in the world with a dishwasher full of hats. But yeah, I'm just, and there's nothing I can do about that sweating. It just happens. I talked to my doctor about it and everything else. He said it's just some people sweat a lot. And I would say it's because I'm fat and out of shape, but I sweated like that when I was, in shape. I wasn't in great shape after the army, but I could do a 2-hour dirt bike race. Yeah, slugs are gnarly. I mean, you don't want to shoot nobody with one unless you got ill intentions, because that's a big piece of lead going through somebody's body. And I imagine the hole coming out the back is pretty gnarly. But it would for sure stop your attacker from coming at you. Bum, bum, banana. Catfish dog, time to bake, huh? Wake and bake. Lucky for you, that stuff's legal in your state. I knew what you was talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but we should probably have some winds coming in before the front with the snow in it, but it doesn't look like it. But the snow I seen on the weather thing looked like it was coming across the Kentucky-Indiana border, right? And then once it got by Cincinnati, it was going to start going up. And that's why Eric and them are getting it up there. 80-mile-an-hour winds, you're kidding me. No kidding. That's not a joke there, man. You don't mess with that. Check the day. No. You ain't getting none yet, Ernie? Yeah. Like my news said, it would just be spotty in places. And the places where it was spotty at would have wind. Soft and squishy, is that what you said? Let's see here. We'll Google that one real quick. I'm afraid to Google soft and squishy, come to think of it. Yeah, look, lady, that front was moving pretty fast, wasn't it? Test on many objects. Heard of soft and squishy. Oh man, you Google that. It's hard telling what you could come up with. What else is it in the title? I put soft and squishy testing. Type of quality control process where a product, typically a toy or a piece of clothing, is manually tested by squeezing and manipulating it. That's probably not it. Yeah, that I knew it would come up with a million things that had absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about. There's all kinds of soft and squishy things in there you can look for, though. We won't mention what most of them are. Good golly, I reckon so. Where you going, little guy? You going to bed, buddy, huh? See, that's what happens. The little dog goes to bed, looks at me, and goes and gets in bed. And like, come on, dude, let's lay down for a little bit. Well, I can't resist. That's my fault. Soft and squishy things. Yep. That brings up some really interesting stuff. Yeah, I knew that would take you down a journey of a million different pages. Oh man, I'd imagine JG Hill, and you know how much that thing's worth? I mean, you're talking big money. Tuna junkies, yeah, I think I've heard of it. 11 degrees of 25-mile-an-hour wind, that puts you down in the below zero range, doesn't it? You know, in fact, Lou, I think they were talking about that for us tomorrow, and we're talking about the high winds would create sub-zero temperatures as far as wind chill goes. And I'm like, yeah, that's all we need. Okay. All right, man, I think I'm about done, guys. If I don't get up and move, I'm going to fall asleep. And probably going to get into having shorter shows here, you know, when I'm working. Yep, -7 wind chill. I can bet. Which hopefully it won't be like this where mom, you know, she got sick. I got to take her to the doctor, but it wasn't planned on. So that's kind of what throws me behind. And then yesterday was Dad's birthday, so thank you, Billy. I appreciate that. I certainly will. Trying to think, yesterday I did see that house, didn't I? No, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday I went and seen Pop. That's what it was. Because it was his birthday. Huh. Kobaya. Yep. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out, man. It sure helps, for sure. Helps my day and helps my brain a lot. You'll never know. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, hopefully.